On Thursday, NTV brought the 4 gory images of Kamwenge Town Council Chairman Geoffrey Byamukama, who claimed to have been tortured while in police custody. His legs were rotting away with deep wounds. Byamukama spent over a month in Nakasero Hospital under strict security surveillance before he was discharged and taken back into police custody at the dreaded high-security Nalufenya police detention in Jinja district. He claims to have been tortured from the same place. The gory images caused public uproar. Now, global rights watchdog the Human Rights Watch has weighed in on the matter. In a statement issued Monday morning, the organization asked the police leadership to bring to book the officers involved in repeated human rights abuses. Speaking to NTV on phone from Washington, D.C., Human Rights Watch researcher for Africa, Burnett, says police leadership must do more.
But over the long haul, investigations and prosecutions do not take place. Charges under the anti-torture law do not occur. This is the problem. There is little persistence over time to root out abusers. That persistence would show that police leadership are committed to ensuring that police uphold the law during interrogations and during detention of suspects.
President of the Uganda Law Society, Francis Gimara, also condemned the act and demanded full investigation into the matter.
If police and indeed the security agencies are serious about implementing the provisions of the Anti-Torture Act, we think that the commanding officers must be on the charge sheet. And if this doesn't happen, we are of the view as Uganda Law Society that we should consider doing private prosecution.
Section 2 of the Prevention and Prohibition of Torture Act 2012 prohibits public officials or any other person from intentionally causing pain to anyone to obtain information or a confession. Police spokesperson Asan Kasinja said the officers suspected to have tortured Byamukama have been arrested and would be investigated with a view to disciplining them.
2 officers who effected the arrest. I meant the 2 officers who effected the arrest. But it is occurring that there are other 2 officers who were in the vehicle. I think one could have been a driver, another one was in the vehicle. So actually there are 4. There are 4 officers. And the professional standards unit are properly handling this matter.
Previous local and international human rights reports have pinned police on torture. The most recent were concerns of how police tortured the royal guards intercepted in the Musinga's palace in November last year. Some human rights observers say these torture incidents would be dealt away with if the political leadership took keen interest. Uganda Law Society says President Yoweri Museveni must do more.
The president must take responsibility. He has faith in the IGP. He reappointed him. So we are now saying you have appointed the IGP, you have appointed the leadership of the police and indeed all the security organs. But look, they are violating the law of the land and it's unacceptable.
According to Section 7 of the Prevention and Prohibition of Torture Act 2012, anyone convicted of torture is liable to imprisonment of a term not exceeding 7 years or a fine not exceeding 168 currency points or both. 168 currency points is worth over 3.3 million shillings.
We are appealing to the president. The 5 years spent in the bush, fighting these actions, fighting torture, what were they for? What were they for? If the same security group is doing the same things that made you go to the bush, what was the revolution for?
Shouldn't watch today. NTV.